Welcome everyone to today's video. My name is Dimitar from the Dimitar Boulay Piano Duo, and in today's video I decided to address one of the questions we've been getting, and that question is how to play more expressive. Now, of course, to this question there can be many interpretations, so I'm just going to assume what those of you who asked the question meant. In my feeling, playing expressive has to do with not playing dull, not playing boring. The music being alive, the music translating a message so that the listener can not only understand but feel and experience something. So that's what I would think about when I read the questions, how to play more expressive, how to be more expressive with the piano. That's what comes to mind, and so that's what I'm going to talk about today. Now, in my belief, nothing can be summed up in a single video. And so let's just start with the video. I have no idea how it's going to go, how long it's going to be. I'll try to keep it short, but talking about playing musical, talking about playing expressive is something that takes years of experience, years of gathering knowledge, playing different pieces. So I would just share with you a few things. And yeah, if you have more questions, you can always ask. I'm going to select a few passages, a few spots of my own pieces that I've been composing. I really love composing music, and many of you who are watching our videos and on Facebook really love my music, which is a great pleasure for me to hear. And so I thought, why not pick some of the spots of my own pieces and talk about how to make them expressive. Let's see. First, let me look which piece to start and which spot to start with. Okay, so this is, I will start with this piece. That was, I started a few months ago. Actually, my composing career is really very short since I started a few months ago. But this is one of the first pieces that I've been composing. It sounds like this, the beginning. So in this piece, I'm just going to improvise and keep it real with you, just talking about being expressive, whatever comes to mind. When I'm working on this piece, when I'm playing this piece, for me it is very important. If I analyze and would give you a tip on how to play this type of structure, and the type of structure I'm talking about is when you have a repetitive note, let's say. One of the things about this piece is that it has a repetitive note, if you listen carefully. In the left hand you can hear constantly the C sharp, then you can hear. Listen. So one of the first things you can think about if you play this type of similar piece, don't play the repetitive note. When you have a repetitive note in a similar fashion, don't play it too hard, because it's going to sound monotonous. At some point it's going to sound ugly, it's going to sound too even, it's going to sound just not good. Look. See that the music becomes much, I of course exaggerate so you can understand, but the music sounds much more heavy than if you practice in order to be able to afford such a velvet touch. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, so that means understanding what voices are more important and what voices are less important. Second thing is, you can hear that my melody is much more expressive in the way that you put it. So my melody is much more superior to the rest what's going on. Now you have a secondary thing, that's the repetitive note. That's really one of the least important aspects of this piece, yet very important because it fills the structure. But you have also bass line. So without the bass, this music wouldn't be so interesting. If you play or super soft, it's not going to be so nice as. So you need to also understand that a bass is very important. And so far what I'm getting in my mind as a structure for this video and a little conclusion of this piece is you need to have an understanding of different voices, and after that you need to balance very well each voice according to the rest, according to what's going on with the rest of the voices. One of my other pieces sounds like this. It begins like that. One of the things that you need to do well in this kind of similar structure or similar writing style is you have a long note that's going to continue to 16th notes. Long note continues. Now, why am I saying this? Because it's very important to know that when you have a very long note, it's nice to begin the next note from the volume of the previous long note. So in piano playing we have notes that always decrease in sound if we hold them. This isn't a violin. With a violin you can actually increase the sound, and many crazy pianists do this, so they think that it will do something to the piano, but it weighs quite a lot, so you aren't going to get anything out of the piano if you start shaking your hand. So please don't be funny, the sound is going to decrease. Then after that, pick up the next note, increase towards the next long note, then start from the sound that we are at. It decreases, we start from that. Now let me show it to you in practice with the knowledge you have. Another thing that I did at the end of the system is I did a little rubato, a little slowing down, which makes the music more expressive. Instead of going straight, I did. And then I moved on. So I'm telling you a story and I want to emphasize something, I want to get your attention, and that's what I'm going to do with a little bit of rubato. So you see that in this piece you get other things, and so it's endless. That's why I said with one video I'm not going to get anywhere close to explaining everything that you need to know. And if somebody tells you otherwise, just know that that's not true. It's not possible. This is a whole world of knowledge and understanding. You need time, and it's wonderful to enjoy the process and learn about those things, because the more you know, the better you'll be able to express yourself with the piano in an expressive way. Anyway, I think this will be enough for this video. Don't want to make it too long because I have to go and practice and compose, and so otherwise I wouldn't have pieces to show you anymore. And so these are the things that you need to think about when we think about playing expressive. Those are the things that come up. Those are the things that I think about when I think about how to make music speak more and have bigger impact on the listener. And so piano playing isn't about just playing the right notes. That's where you start, but after that you can do so much more with telling a story. And if you have any questions, by the way, about a particular piece from any composer, about a particular piece or a passage that you don't know how to play expressively, how to bring a message with the notes that you have, with the structure that you have, you can always send us a message. The more specific you are, the more we can address your questions, because when you give very general questions, we love that, but we can't address specifically the problems that you have. So feel free to let us know anything that's troubling you. Yeah, as always, thank you every one of you for subscribing to our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching our videos. We really appreciate each and every one subscriber. Join our Facebook, Instagram. That's where we upload also a lot of our playing. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. For me, as always, it was a great pleasure recording for you. See you next week.